Hey there, everyone. Jake Sirota here, and welcome back to this week's episode of Authority Builders Ranking Secrets. Now, today's topic is one of my personal favorites because it changes how individuals rank on search, and that's personal branding meets SEO and the rise of author entities. So, if you write or create any kind of content online for yourself or your brand, then this one's for you. Now, let's get into it. But first, make sure to like and subscribe so you can keep track of everything we're doing here at Authority Builders. So first things first, why do author entities matter so much again in 2026? Well, for years, SEO was all about the website and the brand that you're building on. Now, the writer behind the content matters a lot more with the rise of machine learning. Search engines use author identity, experience, and online presence to determine if a piece of content deserves to be ranked or cited. This comes from the rise of EEAT, poorly written AI content that flooded the web in recent years, and entity-based ranking algorithms from machine learning. So in short, Google and other search engines want to know who wrote that content and why they're qualified. The real person behind it matters a lot more, especially in niches like finance, health, and legal. Okay, so let's back up a little bit. What exactly is an author entity? Well, think of your author entity as your digital footprint. It's the way that search engines and machine learning platforms identify you as a real person or real entity with expertise in a specific niche. So your author entity includes your bio and credentials, where your name appears, your social profiles, published articles, interviews, podcasts, and citations all about you. The stronger your entity, the stronger your content performs, and the stronger you'll be cited as a source in your niche. Okay, so now we know the basics of what an author entity is, but how do you build your author entity the right way so that you get found in search results? Well, here's how to strengthen your presence in search engines in AI models. Make sure to build a consistent author bio across your social media platforms. Publish across multiple reputable sites. Try to get featured in real blogs in your industry. Stay focused on one niche as you start, and then work your way outwards as you fan out to different topics. And make sure to also add real world credibility. And by that, I mean quotes, podcasts, interviews, things that show that you're actively working on whatever it is that you're creating content about. So, as always, I'd like to give an example. This example involves a cybersecurity expert who writes for two industry blogs. They post weekly on LinkedIn, they appear on podcasts multiple times a week, and they have a strong, consistent author bio across Substack and all kinds of other things that they're creating content on. That person's content is going to outperform any content written by a ghostwriter. Even if the content that's just written by a ghostwriter has tons of strong authoritative links, this author entity is mattering more and more, especially if you want to get cited in AI results. So, leading into that, let's talk a little bit more about why this matters more with the rise of AI overviews in Google search. So, AI models like Google's Gemini, OpenAI, Perplexity, they rely on trustworthy sources. And if AI doesn't recognize you or whoever wrote that article as an expert, it's way less likely to surface the content or cite your work. So, personal branding is no longer optional. It's a real ranking factor. AI is pulling from authors with topical authority, with reputation, distinct voice, and recognized expertise across the web. This is huge for thought leadership in niches whose trust is everything in their business. So if you're actively investing in activities like link building or creating content at scale for SEO purposes, it's important to remember how this affects your strategy. Link building is still important, but it works even better whenever it's paired with good established author entities. A well-built author profile is going to give your content more weight, it's going to allow you to get better placements, and it's going to increase the impact of those placements. So whenever we secure links for clients at Authority Builders, it's really important for us to make sure that our clients have that established author entity that's going to help the weight of our link building work do a lot more to move the needle. Alrighty, time for this week's section of 60 Seconds of SEO. So let's recap real quick. Make sure to build your author bio and your personal brand, and make sure it's consistent across websites. It doesn't have to be copy and paste, but your experience should be pretty straightforward and consistent. If you have 15 years of working experience in your industry, that should be updated across everywhere that you publish online. Another thing is to make sure that you're staying consistent in your niche. Don't fan out too quickly. Make sure to establish your expertise before you move on to a different topic within your niche. You need to spread your content across trusted websites as well. So post on things like Medium, Substack, create posts on LinkedIn to share your content. All of these things are going to establish you as a real author entity and have you rank above those other entities in your niche that's already getting a good amount of traffic from clients that you want to be talking to. So as we wrap up this week's episode of Authority Builders Ranking Secrets, let's keep in mind that author entities really are the future of personal branding, and they can also be a secret weapon for establishing trust for a brand's website, especially if you want to get cited in AI answers. So if you want to stand out in 2026, make sure to build your brand, not just your blog. Drop your niche in the comments. Let us know some unique ways that you're building up your author profile. Tell us about appearances you're making and success stories you've had with SEO by building up your personal brand. Make sure to hit like and subscribe and stay tuned for future episodes of Authority Builders Ranking Secrets. I'll see you next time.